झोंके से ना रुके हम, मर्जी से चले हम, बादल सा गरजे हम, सावन सा बरसे हम, सूरज सा चमके हम, स्कूल चले हम, स्कूल चले हम।
Nobody is going to fix the world for us, but together, making use of technical innovations and human communities alike, we might just be able to fix it ourselves. One such initiative in India that the world is taking notice of is the NDTV Coca-Cola Support My School campaign, now widely known as SMS. About 1.4 crore children between 6 and 11 years of age don't go to school. Poverty, child labour, lack of awareness, lack of access, there are multiple factors, one of the biggest being the dysfunctional state of government schools. However poor the students are, they don't want to attend schools that have no functioning toilets, no drinking water, no place to play, crumbling classrooms, and not enough teachers. So, SMS and its campaign partners transform school environments with sanitation, sports and academic facilities and helps recruit teachers. In 2016, the mission of SMS is to reach out to 1,000 schools and 3.3 lakh children. No mean task. This is where its campaign partners across the country come in, partners who have pledged to fulfill this dream together. This is a story of the partnerships that have made SMS what it is today.
The best part about this campaign of Support My School is that it lives and thrives on partnerships. Whether it's a partnership between Coca-Cola and NDTV or partnerships with partners like we have today with Tetra Pak, the SRF Foundation, our bottlers, our bottling partners like Enrich Agro and Kandhari Beverages, all of whom have come together along with the local community and along with the local government to create this little transformation in this school and in hundreds of schools across the country.
This program started in 10 schools in this Mewat region. In second year it has gone to 8 schools. Third year it has gone to another 12 schools. So total today 30 schools we covered through the SMS campaign. These schools not belong to us. These schools belongs to local community, belongs to the government department. We are coming from outside to extend the support to the schools. So in what way we can work together? How best we can add value to this campaign? So coming together discussing, so we divide among ourselves who will do what. So we can prepare a joint plan. Then execute the program, focus on the 4 components. Toilets, drinking water facility, sports facilities and the library, what we saw just now in our back ad. So these are the 4 components we focus. Out of these 4 components, the toilets is the critical one, especially we talk about the girls, those who are the adolescent age group studying class 6 to 8 onwards and kind of thing. For them it's the privacy and the dignity and the kind of thing. The boys are going out, okay, but we want to make sure that everybody, boys and girls, everybody using the toilet facility with more respect and dignity and kind of thing. That is the one thing. Of course, drinking water facility, that is the second component, we focus on that. To give more exposure to the children beyond textbooks, academics, set up the libraries. So where they expose it to the various kinds of literature, children literature. Third thing we talk about. The fourth one is, especially in rural areas, the schools have huge grounds. So how to make use of the grounds for the children's holistic development, beyond academics to physical development, their happiness, enjoyment, Children love to participate and enjoy. And this is one of the schools participating district and state level in various sports events. Consent of the school management committee and also the leadership of the school is more headmaster as well as the sarpanch of the village. And they are the people pitching in, taking responsibility of maintaining what are the facilities we are creating. We won't be there forever. So we build the sustainability within the system. So we want to continue this journey beyond the currently 30 schools we covered. We want to go more and more schools in coming days.
Past 3 years, we became youth partners of Support My School. with a simple initiative because we realize how much potential it has to develop the country. So we thought that if ISEC, which has an outreach with 25 cities and 4,000 students, if that can reach out to that level and do the direct impact, that can help us to move forward with the whole program. With these 25 local offices, we conducted training sessions, okay, so that these urban youth understand that what is exactly happening there. So we got the clippings, we went to these areas and we understood that what is the problems they're actually facing, and then these documentaries were showcased to the youth from these cities who could understand it. And then this, in a way, this whole technology bridges that gap, which makes them understand how they can directly contribute there. Mostly youth in ISEC want to be leaders. And they do understand that in the process to be leaders, they need to make that change and they need to go down to the grassroots level and understand how they can bridge that gap. Getting more awareness amongst the youth so that through our social media campaigns, so that there are donations, there is support and people become more aware of it. We have the facilities with us because of our parents, because of our background. And when we see those students who also want to aspire like us, have the same vision to change things around, it automatically that bond establishes. We are looking to enter more and more schools and collaborate and reach out to 500 schools by the end of the year with Support My School.
Even though some of these schools are electrified, what we notice is most of them during daytime they don't get electricity and the students have to, in some cases it's darkness, the schools, the classrooms are not well lit, so it's an issue of having light which is essential for the kids to learn. In other cases, what we notice is temperatures in summer months can be very, very high. In the school that we are here today in Tapkan, the temperatures can be as high as 48 degrees Celsius in a summer month, which becomes extremely difficult for the kids to really focus on studies. And hopefully the power we can run a ceiling fan which can reduce the temperature a bit and make it more comfortable. By doing that in schools, we're creating the next generation leaders that learn about renewable energy and will hopefully change and transform India and also go on and become leaders in this new amazing sector. I think everybody now has understood that solar is produced during the daytime and it will be one of the cheapest form of electricity. What we are trying to do is provide a small solar microgrid where we can deliver power to the classrooms and also pump water, which is important for clean drinking water in the schools. We give lights, fan connections to all the classrooms. So it essentially makes the school, the pull factor for the school increases and hopefully the children will find it more comfortable and will pay more attention to studies. We've delivered solar electricity in more than 45 schools in India. If you ask the students, they'll tell you how happy they are that these facilities are being provided to them because they're able to now, instead of worrying about being in a very, very sort of hot weather, they're able to enjoy the presence in the classroom and study better.
Recycled school furniture from Tetra Pak cartons. This is truly a great move forward for us. Over the past years, we have been working very hard at trying to develop an infrastructure that brings back our cartons, our used cartons, into a recycling system from which we make school desks and furniture. So we've just started with this school and I think this is a great step forward and our intention is to continue to ramp this up much further. We are very motivated, very inspired with what we've seen so far and we of course intend continuing to be on this journey for the next years.
I think it's been fantastic, it's seeing it firsthand, something that you obviously discuss with the colleagues, but coming, seeing and seeing the joy and the inspiration that these kids can actually transmit and obtain as well from a program like this. So this is really what I take with me. It's definitely something to take to as many schools as we can, both in India, but also a concept that we should actually take to other places as well. This is actually something that we are working with in similar fashions in other places as well. Brazil is one of them, South Africa is another one. I was actually commenting before that I visited something similar, that Tetra Pak is engaged directly in South Africa.
Intervention in education is probably one of the most powerful tools to break the vicious cycle of poverty. And for us to get the child into school is probably a very small, big step. In the 95% of our children are enrolled in school. And our next biggest challenge is to ensure that the child receives quality education in the classroom, having entered the classroom. So it is a big issue for us. For World Vision India, we have done very well in terms of enrollment at all levels, primary, secondary, and then moving some of our older children, especially girls, into colleges. There's a big achievement for us. The SMS program is more than cement and mortar issue for us. It is really about instilling a sense of pride in the child about her own school, instilling pride in the school teachers about their own school, because in many of our schools our teachers are not present. The SMS corrects that anomaly in our system by instilling pride both in the teacher and the student. So that has been a big gain for us. Today, out of the 500 schools that have been completed, World Vision India has completed it in 200 schools. Many of our schools have great facilities that are on par with some of the schools of other middle class children.